Hi everyone, come with me to the Genius Creators Summit 2025. This happened in October 2025 in the city of Abuja. Everything about this place was just looking awesome, like the graphics, the arrangement, awesome. I really like the lineup of the speakers. They are experts in their field. And I nearly missed this because I went for a dance class that day. Just watch the intro for today. Very powerful.
And Statecraft Incorporated. He brings deep insight into how authentic storytelling drives social change and brand growth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Genius Creators Summit 2025. Chile Gio.
You can make that round of applause so much bigger than that.
Yeah, Chide, he's the owner of With Chide. He runs the podcast. He has interviewed many musicians and other celebrities. He spoke on the history of content and the creative economy.
The global creative economy spent a value of $17 billion for Africa alone. By 2030, that number should be growing to $30 billion. At the same time, the number of Nigerians and Africans in diaspora is set to multiple times 10. So this model means you spend in Naira and you earn in...
No bigger do's be this. Aja, do I have 5 o'clock eyes? Oh, let's get back to it.
We should do it so we can deepen our audience, expand our influence, and elevate our own.
Basically, I was talking on the opportunities in the creative economy and how we should value our own content, how we should not be shy or scared of what we do, how we should put ourselves out there for the world to see. He came prepared and he delivered his polling unit because he mentioned top creators and mentioned how much has been paid to creators in Africa. This panel spoke on intellectual property protection and governmental policy. This was the convener. His name is Nathaniel Oguche, NIT Juniors. He was talking about his philosophy of life and was mentioning the people that had been there for him all this while, now. And that day he also launched his book about his creative journey, and he sold some copies. These copies were sold at giveaway prices. If you want a copy, you can actually reach him on Instagram to get yours. I was sitting close to the AC. I ran outside to take some pictures first. Mason touched my body. Then I returned and Aproko Doctor was in session.
It's no longer trendy to do that. There was a time when it was trendy to use, really old cars. But the need for transportation will continue to remain. So there will always be a need for humans to interact with content. Now, for healthcare content, it still affects us in the same way, because when everybody was talking about AI and how it's going to come in, there was this initial fear that AI was going to wipe creators off the earth. Who thought about that? Exactly. We thought about how it was going to wipe all of us off. Wipe everybody off the earth. But what it's supposed to do is to actually augment.
He actually said a lot of meaningful stuff. The next was JJC skills. He was asked how creators can create a sustainable income with content creation.
Okay, for me personally, I think every single creator needs to find the need. What are people looking for? Again, just like I said with the Soul Kids, I wanted content that will speak to the African child from the African man. I can teach him my language, culture, and I couldn't get that from Cocomelon, and I'm not going to wait for Cocomelon to do it. So I took it upon myself to create that. Now, by creating that, I realized that, okay, I'm Yoruba. So automatically, I went with Yoruba and started telling them, how do you say good morning, and stuff like that. But then I started getting requests from Igbo saying, we want Igbo content. Then I got...
Well, all he's talking about was value, giving value and getting money. But I really like this panel session. They gave practical steps that content creators can follow. The next was practical, the AI practical itself, 5-step prompting framework. tags, personal and format, context, references, evaluate and iterate. Then he spoke about generative AI, JSON prompts for creators, and prompt anchoring for character consistency. 5 qualities you develop as a prompt engineer: clarity, creativity, structured thinking, precision and detail, iterative and adaptive. Final thoughts: prompting the new literacy of our time, and I agree to that. The summit ended and I made a selfie and I took more pictures. After some pictures, I made a video. So just behind me, there's a quote I like so much, and it reads, "Don't just create with purpose." Nathaniel Abuja, and it's a powerful quote that every creator should use. So I also went back to show you the lineup of the speakers, and as you can see, we had a lot of speakers for that day, and the Minister of Arts, Tourism and the Creative Economy was there amongst others. It was a very great summit. Every speaker delivered, and I hope to be there next year.
Yeah, that's the end of the Genius Creative Summit 2025 Abuja. See you next year. Bye.